A very good morning to class 9. Welcome back to your biology class. I hope you all are good. In the last video we were discussing about the plant tissue. So today's video is the continuation of part 1. In this video we will be discussing about the epidermis, protective layer of plant body, and a brief introduction about the complex permanent tissue. So stay tuned and let's get started. Friends, in the previous video we were talking about the simple permanent tissue. In that we have seen three types of simple permanent tissue: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. So firstly let's see the difference between these three. So firstly, on the basis of cell wall present, in parenchyma the cell wall is thin, right? And in collenchyma the cell wall is thin but it is irregularly thickened at the corners. Shown you a diagram in which we have seen that the cell walls are thick at the corners and they are irregularly thick. They are not regularly thick, right? I hope you all remember that. And in sclerenchyma the cell wall is thick and rigid. Okay, so now let's see how the cell wall is made up of. In parenchyma the cell wall is made up of cellulose. Okay, and in collenchyma the cell wall is made up of cellulose and pectin, and in sclerenchyma the cell wall is made up of lignin. Do you remember what is lignin? Yes, it is the waterproof material. IS, I have written IS, short form of intercellular space. Intercellular space is large in parenchyma and no, it is almost negligible or very little in collenchyma, and it is absent in sclerenchyma. Okay, and then we talk about cytoplasm. In parenchyma is abundant, and in collenchyma the cytoplasm is present but not as much as in parenchyma, and in sclerenchyma the cytoplasm is absent, right? And then we talk about nucleus. The nucleus is present in parenchyma, or you can also call it living tissue. Parenchyma are the living tissue, and nucleus is also present in collenchyma, so that is collenchyma is also living tissue, but nucleus is absent in sclerenchyma, so that is why sclerenchyma is the dead tissue, or the cells of sclerenchyma are dead cells. Then about the location of these types of tissues, the parenchyma is present in all the soft parts of the plant, and collenchyma is present in the petiole, leaf and young stems. Young stems, petiole and leaves, there will be present collenchyma, and sclerenchyma is present in the mature part of the plant, mature parts, and also present in the seeds also. Seed coating is made up of the sclerenchymatous cell. So now let's see what is the function of these three types. The main function of parenchyma is food storage and photosynthesis, right? And the main function of collenchyma is it provides mechanical support. It provides mechanical support and flexibility. Flexibility means prevent the cells or the parts of the plant from breaking while it bends, right? So it provides flexibility to the plant parts, and the sclerenchyma provides mechanical support and also protection. So this was the differences between parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. I hope आप सबको यहाँ तक clear होगा ये सभी differences. These are very important. Please make notes of this. So as we have seen all these three types of the simple permanent tissue, now let's move on to the other part. So now let's talk about epidermis. It is the outermost layer of the plant body. Epidermis is the outermost layer of plant body. You can also call it as skin of the plant body. Why we are calling it as skin of the plant body? Why we are calling this epidermis as skin of the plant body? Because just like humans, plants too have this epidermis throughout the plant body, and they protect the plant body. Why epidermis is called as the skin of the plant body? Because just like humans, why we are calling epidermis as skin of the plant body? As humans have skin throughout our body, and skin protect us from various bacteria's invasion, from injury also. So same just like this, Just like we humans have skin throughout the just like we humans have the outermost layer, like we humans have covering of skin throughout our body, and skin protect us from injury and infections, etc. So do the plants have epidermis throughout their body, and it also provide the protection from various injuries, infections, etc. So this is why we are calling it as skin of the plant body. So let's see some characteristic features of epidermis or the epidermal cells. The epidermal cells are the flat cells. Epidermal cells are flat. Epidermis is formed from a single layer of cell. There is a single layer of cells. These cells are continually arranged. You can say they are in continuity with each other. As they are in continuity with each other, so there will be no intercellular space between them. They are tightly, compactly packed. Okay. Then the outer and side walls of epidermis are thicker as compared to the inner walls. So epidermis is the outermost layer of the plant body. You can also call it as skin of the plant. Epidermal cells are flat cells and they form a single layer of cell constituting the epidermis. The cells of epidermis are in continuity with each other. As they are in continuity with each other, there will be no intercellular space between the cells, and the outer and side walls of the epidermal cells are thicker as compared to the inner walls. Let us understand more with the help of a diagram. If these are the cells that are continually arranged, this complete layer will form this single layer of cell will form epidermis. Alright, and these outer edges will be thicker as compared to the inner ones. Okay, I hope आप सबको यहाँ तक समझ आ गया है. So let's talk about the functions of the epidermis. As we are calling epidermis as skin of the plant body, so what do our skin do? Yes, it helps us from providing protection from the environment, or you can say injury or from infections, etc. So do the plant epidermis will do. It will provide protection. It will provide protection to the plant. Protection from the epidermis will provide protection from mechanical injury, invasion by parasitic fungi, and preventing loss of water. So the major function of epidermis is providing protection to the plant. Protection in terms from mechanical injury, invasion by parasitic fungi, and prevention from loss of water. So now the question might be coming in your mind that how this water is losing from the plant and why this is losing. So let's understand this. If this is the leaf and the plant is present under the sun, when the sun rays are falling on the leaves, there will be loss of water from the leaves of the plant in the form of water vapors. So this process is called as transpiration. So transpiration causes the loss of water from the leaf of the plants. आपने देखा कि ट्रांसपिरेशन से क्या होगा, वाटर का लॉस होगा, और एपिडर्मिस क्या करेगा, इस वाटर लॉस को प्रिवेंट करेगा. कैसे करेगा, वी विल स्टडी दैट फर्दर इन द वीडियो. सो वी हैव सीन दैट एपिडर्मिस इज प्रेजेंट इन the plant body, throughout the plant body. So let's talk about the leaves. Epidermis present on leaves. The leaves, the epidermis is not continuous. There is some pore present in between the cells or the epidermal layer. If you consider this as a gap or a pore, from these pores the transpiration will occur. All right. So from this pore the transpiration or the loss of water will occur. So let's talk about this pore. This is the diagram of these pores. This center portion is the pore called as stomatal pore, and these two cells, kidney shaped cells, are called as guard cells. And this is the stomatal pore, and this apparatus, this complete apparatus is called as stomata. It is called as stomata. From stomata, transpiration or loss of water will occur. Alright, so from stomata transpiration will occur. There is one more function stomata do, that is exchange of gases. Which gases? The plant do photosynthesis and respiration, right? So exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide will be done by these stomatal pores. Alright, what are the function of these guard cells? These guard cells, they help in opening and closing of stomata. They regulate this. These guard cells regulate the opening and closing of this stomata. This is the stomatal pore. The guard cell will help regulating the opening and closing of this. Here you can also see in the diagram also the opening and closing of the stomata regulated by the guard cells. How? When the guard cell become inflamed by imbibing, or you can say by absorbing water, the stomatal pore get opens, and when they lose water, when the guard cell lose water, they become flat and the pore closes. So this is how guard cell regulate the opening and closing of stomata. It will be present majorly on the margins of leaf, not on the complete surface of leaf. Stomata will be present majorly on the margins of leaf and also in the lower surface of leaf. So here we have talked about the epidermis present on the leaves. We have seen that epidermis is present throughout the plant body, and here we are talking only about the leaves. Firstly, on leaves the epidermis is not in continuity. There are some gaps, or you can say the pores present between the cells. These pores are the stomatal pores, and these stomatal pore, or you can also call it as stomata. The stomata is guarded by two guard cells. These guard cells are, here you can also see in the diagram, these are kidney shaped. These two guard cells are kidney shaped, enclosing the stomatal pore, and this complete apparatus is called as the stomata. Alright, and here then we have seen that what is the function of stomata. It will help in transpiration. Transpiration will occur through the stomata, and it will also help in the exchange of gases that are CO2 and oxygen and carbon dioxide. Alright, and we have seen that guard cells, the kidney shaped guard cells, help in opening and regulating the opening and closing of stomata. How? We have seen that in the diagram also, that the guard cells regulate the opening and closing of stomata. Then we have seen that the location of stomata on the leaves, they are majorly present on the margins of the leaves. The presence of stomata depends upon the type of plant, or whether they are aquatic, whether they are terrestrial. If the plants are land plants, or you can say terrestrial plants living on the land, the stomata will be present on the lower side of the leaf. And if the plants are aquatic plants, in aquatic plants the leaves are the stomata are present on the upper side of the leaves. Okay, I hope यहाँ तक सबको समझ आ गया होगा. इन द लैंड प्लांट्स स्टोमेटा कहाँ प्रेजेंट होता है? लोअर साइड पे लीफ की, और एक्वेटिक प्लांट में स्टोमेटा प्रेजेंट होता है लीफ के अपर साइड पे. सो अब तक हमने क्या क्या देख लिया? हमने एपिडर्मिस देख लिया, एपिडर्मिक सेल्स के कुछ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स देख लिए, डायग्राम की हेल्प से उसको समझा. देन हमने क्या देखा? लीफ के एपिडर्मिस में कुछ पोर्स होते हैं. लीफ की एपिडर्मिस कॉन्टिन्यूटी में नहीं होती है. जो पोर होते हैं उनको क्या बोलते हैं? स्टोमेटा बोलते हैं. वो जो स्टोमेटा होता है दैट इज गार्डेड बाय द टू किडनी शेप गार्ड सेल्स. वो गार्ड सेल क्या करते हैं? रेगुलेट करते हैं ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग ऑफ द स्टोमेटा. जो बीच में ये जो एरिया है, जो पोर है, ये पोर क्या है? स्टोमेटल पोर है. ये स्टोमेटा का फंक्शन क्या है? स्टोमेटा हेल्प्स इन exchange of gases like carbon dioxide and oxygen, and it also helps in transpiration. Transpiration क्या है? Transpiration is the loss of water in the form of water vapors from the leaves. Then हमने देख लिया अगर aquatic plants हैं तो स्टोमेटा कहाँ प्रेजेंट होंगे? अपर साइड पे लीव्स के. और अगर लैंड प्लांट्स हैं तो स्टोमेटा कहाँ पे प्रेजेंट होंगे? लोअर साइड पे. अगर ये लीफ है तो इसके मार्जिन्स पे क्या प्रेजेंट होंगे? स्टोमेटल पोर्स. मार्जिन्स पे क्या प्रेजेंट होगा? स्टोमेटल पोर्स. अपर साइड पे अगर एक्वेटिक प्लांट है, लोअर साइड पे अगर लैंड प्लांट है. ऑलराइट, सो दिस वाज ऑल अबाउट द एपिडर्मिस प्रेजेंट ऑन द लीव्स. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द एपिडर्मिस प्रेजेंट ऑन द रूट्स. On roots, let's understand this with the help of a diagram. If this is the main primary root, then there are some secondary roots, and on the secondary roots tertiary roots are present. Okay, and then on the tertiary roots some small hair like structures are present. These hair like structures are called as root hairs. Can tell me the function of roots? Yes, as the root help in absorption of water and minerals. Absorption of water and minerals from soil. So, on the epidermis of root hairs are present. These are the root hairs. Small hair-like structure present on the roots. What will be the function of root hairs present on the epidermis of roots? Root hairs are present on roots epidermis, and these root hair help in increasing the area for absorption of water and minerals from the soil. So the root hairs are present on the epidermis of roots, and they help in increasing the, you can say, surface area for absorption of water. So this was all about the epidermis on roots. रूट्स में हमने क्या देख लिया? एपिडर्मिस, रूट्स के एपिडर्मिस पे क्या प्रेजेंट है? रूट हेयर्स प्रेजेंट है. रूट हेयर्स क्या हैं? दे आर स्मॉल हेयर लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स. स्मॉल हेयर लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स प्रेजेंट ऑन रूट एपिडर्मिस. देन हमने क्या देखा? व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ रूट हेयर्स? दे इंक्रीज द सरफेस एरिया. सरफेस एरिया जो एब्जॉर्प्शन, वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन का सरफेस एरिया, उसको इंक्रीज कर देते हैं रूट हेयर, जिससे कि मैक्सिमम वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन हो सके फ्रॉम द सॉइल्स बाय द रूट्स. सो दिस वाज ऑल अबाउट द रूट्स. इन द डेजर्ट प्लांट्स, द प्लांट्स विच आर प्रेजेंट इन द डेजर्ट एरियाज, in desert plants, epidermis of desert plants have a specific adaptation. As the plants are present in desert, so you all can guess that there is a very little amount of water present around in the surrounding for the absorption or for the survival of waters, and that is why the plants need adaptations. For this they have sunken stomata. The epidermis of plant have sunken stomata. The epidermis of desert plants have sunken stomata, and epidermis also have a waxy coating above itself, above cutin. What is cutin? It is a chemical substance. That will prevent the loss of water. That will minimize the water loss from plant parts. So this when the cutin is present on the epidermis, that epidermis is called as cuticle. Okay, we were talking about the desert plants. In desert area the water availability is very less, so the desert plants needs adaptation. For this they have the epidermis of the desert plants have sunken stomata for preventing the loss of water, and the epidermis also have a waxy coating above itself. एपिडर्मिस के ऊपर एक वैक्सी कोटिंग होती है, किस चीज़ की? क्यूटिन की. वैक्सी कोटिंग ऑफ क्यूटिन. क्यूटिन इज अ केमिकल सब्सटेंस that minimize the loss of water, and that epidermis is called as the cuticle. In dry habitat also, you can say in dry conditions, if the conditions become very dry, the epidermis normally भी epidermis क्या secrete करेगा? A waxy layer that is waterproof in nature. Okay, that is waterproof in nature. Cutin is also waterproof in nature, so that is why cutin is minimizing the loss of water, you can say preventing the loss of water. Cutin is also waterproof. It is a waterproof chemical. So cutin is a chemical substance that will minimize the loss of water from the plants, or you can call it as waterproof also, or you can also say that cutin has water resistant ability. From this layer of cutin is called as cuticle. So this was all about the epidermis present in the dry conditions and in desert plants. That dry condition और desert plants में क्या होता है? क्यूटिकल की एक लेयर होती है. क्यूटिकल की लेयर किससे बनी होती है? क्यूटिन एक केमिकल सब्सटेंस है जो कि वाटरप्रूफ सब्सटेंस होता है, वाटर को रेजिस्ट करता है. उससे क्या बना होता है? क्यूटिकल की एक लेयर बनी होती है एपिडर्मिस के ऊपर. उसका फंक्शन क्या होता है इस लेयर का? ये प्रिवेंट करेगा लॉस ऑफ वाटर को. प्लांट से वाटर का लॉस कम से कम होने देगा, बिकॉज द कंडीशंस, द जो आसपास सराउंडिंग इन्वायरमेंट है वहाँ पे वाटर की कमी है. सो ताकि वाटर लॉस कम से कम हो, प्लांट सर्वाइव कर पाए, उसे इसके लिए क्यूटिकल की लेयर प्रेजेंट होगी एपिडर्मिस के ऊपर. You might have seen that the plant matures and grow into a tree, and have you observed the bark or stem of the trees? Yes, that is very brown in color, very hard, and you can also scrape it, right? So what is that layer, or how the green stem of the plant turn into that hard brown colored stem, or you can say trunk of the tree? So that is cork, the protected layer of stem. How this cork is made? When the epidermis, or you can say the epidermal layer, keep on accumulating layer over layer of itself. Okay, and these you all know that epidermis is a living tissue. But when these epidermal cells become dead epidermal cells accumulate over each other, forming a stack of layer, you can say that, and it forms cork. These are the dead cells. So it will not have any nucleus. So cork cells don't have no nucleus inside it. Because they are the dead cells. And it has a important chemical that is called as suberin. Suberin is a chemical substance that is water resistant in nature. सुबेरिन क्या है? केमिकल सब्सटेंस है जो कि किस में प्रेजेंट होगा? कॉर्क सेल्स में. क्या करेगा ये? इट इज़ वाटर रेजिस्टेंट इन नेचर. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय दिस? अभी हमने देखा था ड्राई कंडीशंस में या डेजर्ट कंडीशंस में, डेजर्ट प्लांट्स में, डेजर्ट वाटर रेजिस्टेंट नेचर का मतलब क्या है? वाटर का मिनिमम लॉस होने देगा. सो सुबेरिन क्या कर रहा है? व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ सुबेरिन? इट इज मेकिंग द प्लांट impervious to gases and water. impervious का मतलब क्या है? impermeable. That means ना तो कुछ अंदर आ सकता है ना कुछ बाहर जा सकता है. It will make the cell walls impervious, or you can say impermeable to any gases or to the flow of water also. The water and the gases cannot flow from inside to outside or vice versa. Cork cell in the suberin makes it impervious to gases and water. And the cork cells are compactly arranged. They are very compactly arranged. So that is why they don't have no intercellular space. So they have no intercellular space between them. So what is the function of cork cells? It help in providing protection. It provide protection and mechanical strength to the plant. It provide protection and mechanical strength to the plant or tree, right? So we have talked about the cork. Cork is the protective layer of the stem. Then we have seen that how this cork cells are formed when cells of epidermis become ruptured and dead and accumulate, forming a layer of dead epidermal cells that is called as cork. The cells of the cork are dead, means they have no nucleus inside it, and the cell wall of cork contains suberin. Suberin is a chemical substance that have water resistant quality, or that is waterproof in nature. So what will happen by this? It will make the cell walls, or you can say the plant, impervious to gases and water. That means impermeable to gases and water. Water and gases cannot move from inside to outside and vice versa. So and also the cells of cork are compactly arranged. That means there is no intercellular space between the cells. So this was all about the cork cells, and now we have finished the epidermis. So let's talk about the complex permanent tissue. We have seen that complex permanent tissue is divided into two major categories: xylem and phloem. Both of these collectively called as vascular bundles. They are called as vascular bundles. The xylem and phloem are collectively called as vascular bundles. So xylem is a part of, you can say that xylem is a part of vascular bundle. What is the function of xylem and phloem? Xylem helps in conduction of water and minerals. This is the main function of xylem. And what is the main function of phloem? It helps in transportation of food. Firstly, let us talk about the xylem. It is a part of vascular bundle. Alright. What is the main function of this? अभी हमने देखा. What is the main function of xylem? Help in conduction of water and minerals. From कहाँ से कहाँ ले जा रहे हैं water and minerals को? From roots to upper part of the plant. This is the main function of xylem. Now we all know that complex tissue is made up of different type of cells, right? So let's talk about the different type of cell present in the xylem. Types of cells. It contains majorly 4 types of cells. First one is tracheids. Second is vessels, xylem vessels. Third is xylem parenchyma, and the fourth is xylem fibers. Let's have a brief introduction of all these. The tracheids and vessels are the major cells which is functioning as the transport of water and minerals. Major cells help in conduction of water. Function of xylem parenchyma, help in food storage. And what is the function of xylem fibers? Provide mechanical strength. So this was about a brief introduction of xylem. Xylem is a part of vascular bundle. The main function of xylem is it helps in the conduction of water and minerals from roots to upper parts of the plant. The xylem is a type of complex tissue, complex permanent tissue. So it will be formed of different type of cells. So xylem contains 4 type of cells: tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma, and xylem fibers. Tracheids and vessels are the major cells which help in the conduction of water and minerals. Xylem parenchyma help in food storage, and xylem fibers provide mechanical strength to the plant. So we will cover the xylem and phloem, the complex permanent tissue, in our next video. So till then, take care, bye bye, have a good day.